Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mafex 222 Batman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector.
And if you like my content, please consider subscribing.
All right, we're finally getting a chance to take a look at this figure that I've been waiting for quite a while. I don't own the first release of this figure, and I mistakenly thought that this was only a slightly updated version of the first Mafex Batman, but I'm completely wrong. This is a wholly complete brand new figure from head to toe in every way. And if you want a really good review comparing the two between this one and the original, check out Anthony Custom's video about it. I just watched it last night and it is fantastic, showing off the original figure. But here we just have the DC logo, the old where's this, the new DC logo? This is the new one, right? And then the Zack Snyder's Justice League logo there. Has some pictures right there of the figure, all the logos right here. Another picture of the figure there. Interestingly enough, a photo from the film of Ben Affleck in the suit there. More pictures of the film of the figure right there on the side. And then we have this nice layout here on the back showing off all the different head sculpts, the figure itself in a few different poses, and the few accessories he comes with. So let's get this guy opened up and let's check out how bad this guy really is. All right, first off with the accessories, we are going to get that really nice Mafex style base. You're going to have a straight pole if you just want to do that. And then you also have the angled articulated arm right here, the base, and then the best waist grabber in the industry. I love Mafex stands. I think they're phenomenal. As far as the accessories go for the figure itself, he does come with two sets or a set of gesturing or opened palms. They do have like the little gold accents on the knuckles. He also comes with a pair of gripping hands, and this is for his grapple gun, which is really nice. And then a pair of very tightly gripping hands for the batarangs that he comes with. He does come with 3 of these super tiny blink and you'll miss them batarangs. You just want to be very careful that the carpet monster doesn't get those. He does come with his grapple gun from that series as well. Looks really nice. This little end piece is removable if you wanted to stick a black wire in there to like show it like kind of like spiraling out. He doesn't come with a black wire, but you could do that. This piece here, does that feels removable, but it's not. It's just a loose piece. It looks like it was glued on. But yeah, if you wanted to add a wire to this to add some dynamic, dynamism to the posing, you certainly could. A little dark gray with a brown hilt, which looks really nice. He does come with 4 different head sculpts. So we have this one here. It just has the eyes. Let's see if I can get the light down a little bit closer so you can see some of the eyes in there. But this mouthpiece looks great. I mean, that's Ben Affleck all day long. Probably one of the best Batman Ben Affleck heads I've seen. And then we have one with the teeth being gritted right there. And then we have one that's like a full-on scream. So if you think about all the facial expressions he went through in that warehouse fight sequence, which is just absolutely phenomenal, then this is going to work out very well. And then, of course, we have the Bruce Wayne head sculpt here of Ben Affleck, and I think this is just spot on. Outside of like a Hot Toys figure, I think this is probably the best Ben Affleck likeness I've ever seen on a Batman action figure, and it does come with the extra neck piece. But you don't have to use this neck piece. I think it looks absolutely great if you just put this this head on the neck, with the neck piece already there. I think that still just looks really, really good. But it's your figure, it's your shelf. You do what you like, but I'm glad that Mafex did include this extra neck piece if you did want to show it without the armor on the neck, or the suit underneath on the neck. And then here is Batman standing straight up and down. And like I said, this is a wholly new Mafex Batman from head to toe. The original Mafex Batman, or Batman from the Justice League that Mafex put out, was significantly smaller in every way, in bulk, in mass, in girth, and also shorter than this Batman as well. His suit was also like a dark gunmetal gray, where this one is very decidedly more of that bluish gray that his suit actually was in the film. And so, like, I'm really, really glad that they went back and retooled this body. I often thought that Superman also, the two that they put out, the blue and red suit and the black suit, were also kind of slimmer and a little smaller than Henry Cavill was at the time. So I'm really hoping, like, maybe next year that we get like a reimagining of those figures as well, with a new, bigger, buffer body. I think that'd be great to put alongside both this figure and their upcoming Black Adam, which looks adequately beefy as well. But the cape is wired. It drapes nicely. They have it glued in the front underneath his chin, so you can get it in a standing straight up and down pose like this, and you can get it like draping over his shoulders very nicely. So let's get this guy off of the rotating base and move him around and see how he articulates. So before we get into how he moves around, I did want to show that he does stand just a little bit over 6 inches. He's kind of around that 6.5 inch, almost 6 3/4 to the top of his ears. That's how big he is. The other one that we got before was considerably smaller, but I am just a fan of, not only am I a fan of like Ben Affleck as Batman, I'm a fan of the suit. I think it's the most comic accurate suit that we've gotten on film. I think Ben is the most comic accurate Batman that we've gotten on film. I mean, every version of Batman is awesome. I love every actor that's ever portrayed him on film. Batman's my favorite fictional character of all time. But Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. I love the suit. I love his heft, his bulk, the short ears. This is what my Batman is. If I had one complaint about the suit, it would probably be these wraps on the wrist. I just think they're a little unnecessary and make his gauntlets just a little busy for really no reason at all. But anyway, just starting off, this head sculpt is phenomenal. It does look like an actual head underneath the suit. The way it's sculpted, you can see the ears and the jawline where he's got his jaw clenched. And I just think this is great. The range of motion on this is really good because of the way it's got this hinged, it's this angled double barbell in there. So you can get him looking up that far and you can get him looking down that far. And I just think that that's really dope. Like I said, they have the wired cape going all the way here to the front. It's not back here, so you don't have trouble pulling it around to the front. It still doesn't lay down very well, but you can kind of like you can bend it. It's really not gonna, it just doesn't really obey the way you want it to. It doesn't really lay all the way down, but you can get it better than you think you can. Of course, you can fold it back, no problem. The arms can go all the way out and hit that T-pose, no problem whatsoever. You've got this nice butterfly joint in here. He can come across his body a little bit, but because of the bulk of his chest and the bulk of his shoulder, which is a huge ball joint, he's not going to get too far over in front. But there is a nice ball joint and peg system in there. The arm does drop down. You can shove it up, you can shove it in, you can pull it out, you can pull it down for all these different poses. You've got this bicep swivel. The arm does rotate all the way around. Oh, it's getting kind of stuck, but yeah, you can get it to go all the way around. That was a weird way to do it. You just want to be careful with it. Make sure you don't hyperextend it. You do have these double joints here in the elbow, but you can only get it to bend about that far. Sorry, I'm getting off camera here, not meaning to. You do have the hinge and swivel ball peg system on the wrists. The chest, let's see here, can lean back a really far amount like that. And then the torso can move backwards, so you can get him to move back, but you want to be careful you don't get that gap. You just want to kind of close that up a little bit. But with the torso and the diaphragm joint, he can crunch forward about that far, which is not bad. You can definitely get him in, that pose where he's like coming through the window, busting through. You can get him to crouch down a little bit. You know, that classic Dark Knight pose. We do have swivel all the way around at the waist. No problem. Sorry, cape getting in the way here. I really love the bulk and the heft here. And this belt is a separate piece, but it is kind of like affixed back here at the back, so it's not going to move around. You see there's no clips, no joints, no pouches or anything in the back. The legs are on a very nice drop down, so you can get them to drop down all the way. You've got that. You don't have upper thigh swivel, but you can rotate at that thigh joint all the way around. So that's really nice. Double jointed knees get you back that far for all the leaping and jumping poses that you could possibly want. There is no boot cut, but there is a hinge and swivel down at the foot and a little bit of rocker, not much. And then toe articulation, which I'm not typically always the biggest fan of. You can only get it to go about that far, but it's there if you need it. Unfortunately, I have all of my Batman figures put away in my little Batman shrine while I'm still redoing my office, so I don't have a bunch of Batmans to like pull out and do size comparisons with. But we are going to make up for it with getting him into some really nice poses. So let's get this guy into some lighting and into some backgrounds and see how he poses up. I have to say, this is one of my absolute favorite Batman figures. As a matter of fact, there's a strong possibility this figure may wind up on my top 10 figures of the year list. He is just everything that I want in a Batman. He is super screen accurate. He is the bulk and heft with the short ears of the Batman that I love from the comics. He is super articulated. He doesn't come with a lot of accessories, but he comes with what he needs. I can't think of anything else I'd rather him come with or need him to come with this particular suit. I am really hoping that Mafex carries this through, gives us a new armored version next year, gives us a new Superman in both the blue and red and the black. But this figure is great. The head sculpts are fantastic. The hand choices are great. The few accessories he comes with are kind of perfect. Maybe he could have come with a hand that had the bat blade, like the one that the bat iron that he would brand his enemies with, kind of glowing. That would have maybe been a cool accessory, but certainly not absolutely necessary for this release. And coupled with the flight stand that he comes with, you're going to be able to get this guy into any pose you want from the film or from comics. For me, this is my definitive Zack Snyder Batman. Absolutely. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy office.